Hey everyone, it's Ranger Lauralee, the interpretive intern at Bastrop and Fisher State Park. Today I'm going to be showing y'all my cooking system, including my MSR reactor stove and my fire starter. Let's get started. So this is my cooking system right here. This is an MSR reactor stove. This piece right here is the actual stove. And it pops on right underneath here, so it's specifically made for this pot. And this job is to boil water. So inside here, we've already got some water going for us. And if you see at the very top, right here, we have some markings. So this one is 1.5 liters. So about an Nalgene and a half is how much this holds. And what this does is it pops onto a fuel canister. This is isobutane, isopro, also made by MSR. And this fuel canister is 8 ounces. And for a group of about 5 people, with just boiling in the mornings for breakfast and in the evenings for dinner, I would say that this one canister can probably last for a couple of days. Be sure that you have at least 2 of these canisters for a group of 5 for 4 to 5 day trek. I think would be important, and they don't weigh too much. They are a little bulky though. So making sure that you're placing this in an area that's nice and flat, so that whenever you're putting your pot on top of it, it's not going to be wiggling around too much. So this area probably wouldn't be good. It's rocking. So finding kind of like this is a little bit better. There you go, just like that. And making sure that the area around it doesn't have fuel that would be able to ignite it. And I've used this in high elevation. I use this in Colorado on the 4-pass loop, where at some points we are about 12,000 feet up. I've used this in the winter here in Texas, and each time it's taken 1 to 2, sometimes up to 3 or 4 minutes, which is pretty fast to boil your water. A lot of the traditional stoves will take much longer, up to 15 minutes in some of these elevated areas. So having something for you that can get your water nice and boiled quickly is really nice, especially if you're just relying on dehydrated food, where you just have to add some water into it to get your food going for the night or for your breakfast in the morning. So how does this thing ignite? Pyro's out there, get ready. So you see on the side, it has a nice little igniter. So you might even be able to hear that. That's the fuel releasing. Let me close it. And so making sure that this area is away from anything that it could ignite, especially something combustible, outside of the fuel, of course, because this is very flammable. So how do I light this thing? In my survival kit, which I will be making a video for, I have some fire materials that I keep in a dry box with some waterproof matches, some cotton balls with petroleum jelly on them. That makes them very flammable and really good to get this fire started. And then my favorite is magnesium and steel. So this is a close-up on the striker. This piece right here is magnesium and this is steel. So you just want to be angling it down. So if you're having it like this, you want it being angled down like this. And you're going to be striking out just like that. Anything that has a fuel base, especially isobutane, will be able to ignite pretty quickly by just 1 spark with this guy. So I love this. A lot of people think about using lighters when out, igniting their stoves. But I like this because it's, a lot more organic, it feels like. I'm getting a little bit work put in to do it. I don't have to worry about running out of fuel. These strikers can last a really long time, give you hundreds of strikes, probably thousands actually. So yeah, this is my fire starter of choice for my cooking system. Boom, just like that. And there's the fire going. So to adjust your heat, you just move this up, and this allows more fuel to come up here and for the fire to be getting hotter. It's already starting to bubble. This is a really efficient design because it circles up all of the heat flow throughout here. And in any possible area, it tries to keep out any wind or any other distracting elements that would keep from the heat being able to boil the water. Wow, it's almost there already. There it is, already boiling. I'm gonna take this off right here. I can just set it right there. And then I'm gonna turn this guy off, just like that. Boom. This is super, super handy for big groups. I'd say if you're going in a group of 3 or more to have a boiler like this, if the majority of your meals you're making are dehydrated food. I'm gonna be making some state park trip plans that include a couple of meals on them that you can make for yourself, going to an H-E-B, Walmart, whatever grocer of your choice, and that are suited for this kind of setup in a group. Now, if you're just going with yourself or another person into the backcountry, I would definitely say you need to have something smaller. There's a small stove called an MSR Pocket Rocket, which I use, and the stove itself is about yay big, and it weighs a lot less than this guy. You take your stove that you just took off of your fuel canister, and you put it inside first like this. And then you take your fuel canister, which has a nice little area to be able to go on top of something. You put it right on top of it like that. And you take this top piece, put it on top like this. And then you put this handle over, and there's a little clip, just like that. So you have everything you need right here in your little fire starter kit. So that's it. Thanks for watching.